Doctor Who Warrior's Gate, the 40th story of the 4th Doctor, is written by Stephen Gallagher and starring Tom Baker, Lala Ward, Matthew Waterhouse and John Leeson, the third and final story of the E-Space trilogy. So originally the story was going to be called Sealed Orders, setting on Gallifrey going back and forward in time, which explores variants of the TARDIS. And a spare Doctor, one of them gets killed, which is interesting, so they ditched the idea and the title was going to be Dreamtime, taking the inspiration from the Babylon Run. Mirror of Gateway leading to another world took the inspiration from Jean Cocteau Zolfi. The script took quite some time to write and went through a lot. Christopher H. Bidmead found it too long, so him and Paul Joyce, the director who worked on it, Barry Letts wasn't happy because it turned into a pantomime, so a few of the lines got cut. John Nathan Turner found it too complicated. He wasn't too much involved because of the scripting stages. Tom Baker was ill during the making of this season. Him and Lala Ward, who were dating at the time, both weren't very happy with the character writing. John Nathan Turner and John Dixon, the lighting director, didn't understand Paul Joyce's camera scripts, so he got sacked, but then brought him back after working it out. He never works with Doctor Who again. So in the spaceship there's a resting room full of Tharrels sleeping. The Doctor, Romana, Adric and K9 arrived in the gateway. Romana doesn't want to go back to Gallifrey. The Doctor said Adric will love it there. As K9 is bursting with smoke, the TARDIS went a bit trippy and Bayrock went in and he couldn't see the TARDIS team the same way the TARDIS team can see him. So after he ran out, Doctor takes a walk. Rorvik's group tries to break into the TARDIS. Bayrock went through the other side of the mirror. The Doctor takes a look around in the great hall full of webs with a scary sound of something shaking. After sorting armour out, we get an intense moment where one of the armour suits came to life and about to hit the Doctor. So the Doctor dodged and pretended to be a guard, so then two guards came to life and the Doctor ducked and both guards hit each other. While men are studying a Tharrel, like Frankenstein, Romana went out the TARDIS and meets Rorvik's group, so they went to the spaceship, and it's pretty funny when one of them is on the phone saying close the door, and it does, and he's like, after when I'm through. After Adric and K9 went out and split up, the Doctor did a bit of a wiring. K9 came in and the gods talking about the gate. Romana gets tied up on the machine. Rorvik's group found the Doctor, so he went through the mirror, while a Tharrel who's called Laszlo looks like he's about to attack Romana. Pretty unsettling. Tom Baker, as always, is great as the 4th Doctor. What can I say that hasn't been said already? I love Lala Ward and John Leeson as Romana and K9. Sad to see them go though. Matthew Waterhouse is great as Adric. David Weston played Bayrock, who's Tharrel, being enslaved by Rorvik and his men. He helps Romana and K9 to free his race. Clifford Rose played Rorvik, a privateer ship captain. The actors were considered for the role were Robert Hardy, Derek Jacobi, Stratford Jones, John Normington and Frank Winster, but obviously went to Clifford Rose. Kenneth Cope played Packard, a member of Rorvik's group, and Colin Baker was considered for the role. Jeremy Gittins played Laszlo, one of the Tharrel slaves. David Kincaid played Lane, a member of Rorvik's group who inspects the engines. Freddie Early played Aldo, a member of Rorvik's group who had a 100 Imperials coin with him. Harry Waters played Royce, a member of Rorvik's group who's restored Tharrels, and so did Aldo. Vincent Pickering played Sargon, who's in charge of restoring Tharrels and a member of Rorvik's group. The bit where he got electrocuted in part 4, Matt Irvin, visual effect designer, did a stunt double for him. Robert Valls played Gundam, robots built by human slaves. The cast did a great job. There's cool trippy effects and the music again by Peter Howell is fantastic. So basically Laszlo was trying to set Romana free but hid because of the two men. So Romana convinced them to untie her. Meanwhile the Doctor questions Bayrock about the time window and healing, hoping K9 could get through, but no such luck. So as the Rorvik group went back to the base, one of them threw K9 away uncalled for. The Doctor looks around at grayscale area and held hands with a female Tharol. Walking through the corridor, Adric and Romana were taking cover and going back to the base. K9 came back and wouldn't shut up, so Adric walked with K9, while Romana gets kidnapped again. The Doctor has a dinner with Tharols, who were apparently kings. So after the Doctor spills a wine on the table and acts bashing on the table...
This is no way to run an empire.
The Doctor and Romana appears in the same hall but different time, and surrounded by Rorvik and his group. The Doctor tried to reason with the men, but they won't listen, so K9 came in and said the dwarf star alloy in the Slavers ship is causing the gateway to contract. So Adric pointed the dish at the men, then the Doctor says it's automatic. So the TARDIS team escaped and went back in the TARDIS. Rorvik and his men said it's not automatic. So they left and see their spaceship launch in. The Doctor and Romana figures out that they could set all the Tharols free. So the Doctor and Romana went to the base, having a fight with Rorvik and saved Birok. The moment they realised to do nothing, the right sort of nothing, they disappeared. By the time the Doctor, Romana and Birok reached the TARDIS, Romana decided to stay to help Birok free the Tharols, so the Doctor gave K9 Mark II to Romana. The Doctor got away in the TARDIS as Rorvik starts the ship. The energy from the backblast destroys the ship, and Tharols escaped from destruction and running into different timeline. The TARDIS is going back to end space. Romana, Birok and K9 are starting fresh. So that's Warrior's Gate. Sad to see Romana going, and K9 Mark II. That's the end of E-Space Trilogy. What did you think of this story and the trilogy? Drop your thoughts on the comments down below. Thanks people as always for watching, and see you in the next video.